Okay, you're the Sweden fanboy, you start.
Well, before I get into a long ramble about Loreen, um, it's really weird because we haven't even done Euphoria yet
I know!
on this podcast. But here we are with um, Eurovision's Loreen and her second Eurovision song. Now, then, there's a lot of. It's going to be on a complete personal level for me because there's a lot of full circle moments here happening for me.
Okay.
Because I was in the audience for her first Melfest try back in 2011. And
Whoa.
then, of course, the following year, she won the whole thing. And it was at that point I was, you know, very set on going to Eurovision if either Sweden won or the UK won. Um, and of course that happened. So 2013 was
Yay!
so 2013 was my first big Eurovision experience, and of course Loreen was there to open the first live show. Um, Fast forward 10 years, and I was also in the audience for Loreen's first, well, one and a half performances of Tattoo. Um, and yeah, now get to see her again at Eurovision. 25 years to the day when I first watched Eurovision in Birmingham on TV. I don't know what to say now. Hang on. Blah, 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 blah. Beep. As for the song, I remember reading some press reactions saying, "Once the chorus hits, you just know," and I just knew. Um, this song may end up being my favorite. It isn't at the moment, but it's up there. But it's the song I would like to see win. And I would like us all to go back to Sweden again next year.
Oh,
Funnily enough, when it's 50 years since ABBA's Waterloo.
oh, that's a nice coincidence.
Yes.
Okay, so I've noticed already there's a bit of tall poppy syndrome going on with this entry because it's currently the bookie's favorite, and you know
Mm-hmm.
everyone gets annoyed with when it's like, oh, why is Sweden considered a favorite? And I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a Sweden fangirl, but like I just find the anti-Sweden discourse to be like really irritating. um, at the moment, it feels like this makes the most sense as the pre-contest favorite. I'm
Hmm.
completely open to the idea that maybe some other song will come along in rehearsals and completely blindside us, but at the moment, taking into consideration the current favorites that everyone talks about, this is the only one I can see doing really well in both the televote and the jury, because some of the others I won't name them because spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about one of them later
Well,
this
yeah.
episode. But like a lot of those other favorites, I just feel like are not going to be up there in terms of jury, to put it mildly. And so like at the moment, yes, this makes the most sense as a winner. Like, I mean, I'm kind of spoiling what I'm going to say in the 2012 review whenever we end up doing that. But like in 2012, I was absolutely dead set convinced that Euphoria was going to win. That no one else stood a chance. Well, this year is kind of like, yeah, this is kind of the favorite by default, but maybe someone will come around as a dark horse, but at the moment, yeah, this makes sense as a winner. And I'd be happy to see it win. Like, I think it's number 6 in my rankings, so I do quite like it a lot, and I do think it's a very strong song. So yeah, even though it's not one of my top favorites, I would be very happy to see this win. I did notice there's a bit of discourse regarding the staging because she's got that big box above her, and
Indeed.
people are wondering whether or not that's going to be too heavy to have in the arena in Liverpool. And in fact, like a few days ago, I read a tweet. I don't know how true it is, but apparently the EBU and the BBC want to, quote, keep everyone on an even level kind of thing, which sounds kind of discouraging. But like, even if they can't have the giant box, I'm sure that SVT will come up with something suitable. And it's like, you know, it's not like losing the box is going to completely destroy her chances. I mean, the song's strong enough by itself, so, you know.
Yeah, it's Loreen, it's SVT. They will come up with something if they have to make any changes.
Yeah.
No, BBC Health and Safety. Yeah. Sweden keeps moving between my second and third places in my ranking,
Oh.
and my favourite keeps changing as well, but I haven't put Sweden there just yet. I don't really want to get involved because I don't want to rub people up the wrong way, but I've got a slight hot take, and that is that I think that I'm seeing a lot of people not really rating Loreen's winning chances at all, and I think there's a certain element of, you know, you don't want Loreen to win so much that you're willfully ignoring its winning potential.
Yeah, like I said, it's the tall poppy syndrome.
Yes, that's what I think is happening as well.
Yeah. Oh, well, what can you do? I mean, like, every big favourite experiences this to a certain extent, especially when it's Sweden.
Oh dear, here we are again.
Oh, it's like 3 things are certain in life: death, taxes, and people saying that Sweden are massively overrated.
We keep going through this though. A lot of people really not wanting the big favourite to win, and then it wins anyway.
Yeah.
So it's
like, as long as I like the song, I don't really care what wins.
exactly.